We've got Scott Stanos standing by for Gannon Golf, but of course, as mentioned, Mike and Phil, you saw them in the first block. We're going to go right back out to them at Oakmont. They talked to a lot of people, met a lot of great and familiar faces. Gentlemen, tell us a little bit about Bob Ford, and we're even going to get a chance to hear a little bit from Bob.
Hey Logan, welcome back into Oakmont as we get prepared for day 4 here of the U.S. Open. We're looking for some exciting golf, and along the way, as we've seen since Thursday, a lot of volunteers from Erie, a lot of guests who have just been here enjoying the golf, but also some very important people, one in particular you ran into, Mike.
Yeah, we ran into Bob Ford. He used to be the Oakmont Pro here for many years, but he also participated in the Greater Erie Charity Golf Classic, a very popular event in Erie in the mid-'80s. We had John Daly come to town, Lee Trevino, many others.
Here you go, name dropping.
All the time. But Bob called that the best 2 days of his calendar because as a teaching pro, he didn't have many opportunities to get out and play. What a gentleman, what a fan of the sport. We had a chance to catch up with him.
Well, we couldn't do it without him. I mean, basically, we've got maybe 3,000 volunteers out there and 10,000 on the waiting list. So it's a sought-after position, and we're very lucky. It's a dream, really. Dream for me. This is my 6th Open here, but to have a U.S. Open on your home golf course, any championship with the best players in the world, it's a real thrill, a real privilege. Oh, well, they were a couple-day getaway from me from work, and I love the golf course, and I have so many friends up there. It was really special for me. I really look forward to that. That was my tour event for the year, and I miss it a lot.
And I know that Bob Ford got a chance to visit with 2 of our favorites, Jack Nicklaus and Johnny Miller.
That's right.
I'd love to be a fly on the wall for that conversation.
Should be phenomenal, but why don't we describe a little bit what's going on here. There's the fans that are here. They're warming up on the tee. We're waiting for Scotty Scheffler to come out. You like him to win today again, right?
No question, because I'm just going to follow your lead.
That's right. Excellent. And we took a picture with him, so he's a buddy of ours now, basically, right?
It's because you had your Texas shirt on.
Hey, who are we sponsored by?
Hallman Hyundai.
Perfect. You do that so well, Mike Ruzzi. Okay, coming up in a little bit, check back in with us, Logan. We got a lot more coming up from Oakmont as we are getting ready to start day 4 here at the U.S. Open, and a very special interview that you have with a high school buddy nonetheless.
Yeah, he has spent 30 years with NBC Sports covering the U.S. Open.
What hole is he on to?
Oh.
What hole?
Number 1.
Yeah, I thought he was on 18 as well.
18, 190.
Capture that last moment of glory. Is that beautiful stuff? And all that is coming right up. Come right back to us, Logan.
All right, Mike and Phil, hook 'em horns. We got Scott Stanos standing by. Come in, talk about the U.S. Open, but I feel like it would be a missed opportunity to not talk about the success the men's and women's golf team had at Gannon. Just give a quick rundown of what they were able to accomplish this year.
Yeah, our men's team was able to qualify for the national championships, and we finished 16th at PGA National, which is another golf course that the PGA Tour plays in the springtime. Reflecting on the season, it was a great season. We won 6 tournaments on the men's side, won our first PSAC championship, but going and looking at everything, finishing 16th in the country, that's something that we're really proud on. And then on the women's side, to successfully win 6 straight PSAC championships, win 3 championships, other tournaments throughout the year. Might not have played as well as we would have liked at the regional, but reflecting again on that season, it was, to finish as one of the top teams, Division II for both men and women, it's something that we're really proud of, what we did this year.
I say definitely in a time like now, success of a program is so important to get people to come in with NIL and everything, taking people away. But U.S. Open, you've got the shirt on from the 125th. You also had an opportunity to play that got rained out. You talk about that as well.
Yeah, it was, we were the Whispering Woods guys, myself, Rich Rocky, Ron Coleman, and Gary Ebach. We were scheduled to go down and play Fox Chapel in Oakmont. We got rained out. We ended up at Quicksilver and at a Pirate game, but it was still a fun trip nonetheless.
So you've been watching, I'm assuming. Is there any surprises you've kind of seen, or maybe you can give a little bit of insight on playing in conditions like these guys have been playing?
Yeah, I was fortunate enough to go for the practice round on Wednesday and Thursday for the first round. The rough is very thick. And the pins that they set up today, the golf course got a lot of rain, it's softer. So you're going to see someone's going to shoot a 65 today that comes from behind. Now, I don't know who it might be, but some of the pins are in swales where the slope's going to actually funnel towards the hole. So there's going to be some fireworks today in a good way. So I'm hoping Victor Hovland comes from behind and he might come in and get a victory.
So have you, maybe any of your golfers that you've mentored over the year, been able to play at Oakmont, kind of tell you some stories about their experience?
Yeah, I had Sarah White on our women's golf team, as well as Emily Donahue, who's our senior on our team. They both had the opportunity to play Oakmont within the last couple of years. They said the greens are really, really, really fast, and just watching it on, being there live, they're fast. Those are the number one things. And I'm not a huge fan of sideways out rough. I wish they cut it a little lower, but it's going to be an entertaining day for sure today.
Is there anybody specifically that has surprised you so far, whether they be at the top or somebody that you expected to be at the top and has kind of found themselves down towards the bottom of the pack?
Yeah, Rory for sure. I thought that he would be coming in because he has great driving distance. Also, Bryson, he hits the ball a long way, but that just shows you how penalizing that rough really is, because those guys can overpower a golf course, and for the most part it's the guys who are hitting it straight. JJ Spawn throughout the entire week, he's been great at up and downs, he's been great off the irons. He's also going to be another one, if he can keep his nerves in check, he's going to be a tough one to beat as well today.
So you're wearing the polo, you've got it on, so you've got to experience a US Open. Talk to me about that experience, you being there, watching. Do you remember who won and any specific moments from that?
Well, for the Open that I've been to, I went to Bethpage back in '07 with my dad. That was a cool trip. Lucas Glover was the winner at that U.S. Open. So this is the second time I've been able to go to a U.S. Open. First time down at Oakmont. And it's just an experience. The guys are so accommodating, especially in a practice round. If you ever have the opportunity to go for a practice round, go. You can see how they practice, and maybe that's going to help your overall game get better too, is that they're playing the full hole and then they're looking at other ways to play a hole. So it's a really cool experience. I got to travel with my wife to go, and she had a blast, seeing all her players as well.
So you mentioned Hovland, hoping he comes back up the board. I'm going to put you on the spot. Who do you think is going to, at the end of today, be the U.S. Open champ?
I'm going to go with Victor Hovland. Historically, you want to be in one of the last two groups coming in to finish. Victor Hovland, if he can hit his driver really well today, he spent a lot of time at the range yesterday. He's hitting the irons the best. If he can get that ball in the fairway, he's going to shoot a number that is going to be tough to beat. All
right, Gannon Golf, anything to look forward to coming up in the fall, springtime?
Yeah, there's no off season. We're in recruiting mode now, but the kids will be back in August. We host a tournament in October. The men's team hosted the NCAA regionals this past May. We had a lot of people from Erie to come out and watch. If you have the opportunity to come back and watch the men and women come out in October, we would appreciate that.
All right, Scott, thank you very much for joining me up here. We're going to be right back, of course, with Phillip Ward and Mike Ruzzi. They've got a cameraman, a little bit of behind-the-scenes guy for the U.S. Open, and we'll be right back here on the Sports Blitz.